The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster Sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
You hear the words you say sometimes? I mean, who talks like that?
98 KUPD.
We got a What Would Brady Do coming up in moments. I got a What Would Brady Do in a weird way. Maybe a little mental help, Brady.
You think Brady can help you?
Maybe.
Sativa.
Sativa's the answer. I got to get on that because this indica stuff is just, I might as well just black out my windows and lay in a pit. Stuff's just for sleeping. And I'm already fairly stress-free individual. I got some stress, but, everybody's got it. But nothing that's, buzzing me around.
Ulcer creating.
I don't need help being lazy at all. And that indica stuff I've been introduced to in my mild drug habit. My pool guy had to show up yesterday because he's like, I'm not coming in. He didn't have his equipment Thursday. He goes, I got to get those leaves out of there. I'll come by stuff. So I wasn't there yesterday. I was riding my bike. And Megan was home, but she kept her drug paraphernalia for a mild habit outside by the barbecue. Now, it's maybe 4 inches long, blending in with the barbecue and all the stuff. Mike, the pool guy, walks by, and he texts me, and he goes, did you leave this pipe out here for me? Like, how did you find that? He goes, I got a nose for these types of things.
He's snooping.
Like, no, he was just going over the hot tub to drop some chlorine in. Tiny, trust me, he's like, bloodhound.
He might as well be a drug-sniffing dog.
Yeah, he's a big dog. He's got the skills. He's like, I didn't know if you were. I'm like, well, I guess if it's laying out there, you can, because I'll pack it up for you. I'm like, no, let's calm down a little bit here. This is what I'm telling you. You're spooking the racehorse again.
I'll get you set up, brother.
I don't need to get into this life. So anyway, the mental thing I'm having a problem with is that I'm starting to get this weird. I just watched the Al Pacino as Joe Paterno movie. And it starts to kind of make you feel sorry for Al Pacino, and then at the end you're like, no, he knew too much. He did nothing to stop this. He deserved punishment, like all the other people at Penn State who deserved punishment.
Well, you've heard all the Penn State players come out and say it's garbage, but who knows?
Well, they're very loyal, and I don't. I'm not looking for the loyalty. I'm looking for the paperwork. And there were things that went out really early on that said yes. This is known. Keep him out of the building. He's got a problem with this. So the ones that knew, and then Joe Paterno's reactions, I didn't want to ruin his weekend. Yeah, I knew this was a rumor, but I didn't want to call the guy on a Saturday in the off season. And there was a lot of stuff that was ignored. So he went down, rightfully so, and all this other stuff, rightfully so. So I'm watching Dateline yesterday with the U.S. gymnastics. And so far, this Larry Nassar guy, who is the baddest bad guy ever, gets all the punishment, right? And there's people at Michigan State that are catching a few of it. It's somewhere along the
list
line.
Is growing.
Yeah, they're going to start going after, I think, the dean of the,
yeah, they got to. Michigan State's in big trouble. They're in big trouble. And the Carollis are kind of in trouble, and there was a leader for U.S. gymnastics. But somewhere along the line, as I watched Dateline yesterday, I'm like, man, the girls talked about it for 20 years, passed on the information to other people.
Parents.
Yeah, and nobody did a thing. And they all said it for the same reason. We were winning. It meant not being on the Olympics. And I understand that they get into the victim thing, but at a certain point, and I guess this last batch is finally the good one, shouldn't there be some of these gymnasts that are like, wait a minute, you allowed this and didn't say anything, knowing that the next group of girls was going to get this too? But they were saying stuff. So I'm kind of sitting there thinking, well, some of these gymnasts.
Wait a minute, is this a what would Brady do? I thought
kind
you said
of.
this
I'm
had
like,
something to do with
no, I'm trying to get his gauge on like where he would stand on that.
Would you tell?
Like, yeah, kind of like one of those things. It's like, where does the fault lie? If there are people who knew too much and continued to let it happen, aren't they kind of guilty too?
I think you have a combination of some people not still questioning, not believing.
True.
What's saying, as far as what's the definition, what they're saying, inappropriately touched. I don't know how much details were shared.
There were tons
but saying that this happened and
but they were talking to each other.
Then you're in the absolutely.
They were all like, "Is he doing it to you?" "Yep, he's doing it to me." "Yeah, he had sex with me last night." "Yeah, he's doing it to me." "Me too, me too." Let's not say anything because we'll get kicked off the team.
I just know.
I couldn't imagine as a parent hearing that.
Yeah, no.
And my parents, I would say, if my parents all of a sudden I'd say something and some other, I think they'd be, let's run this guy out on a rail.
It just seems like there were too many people that are sitting back playing, not the girls. The girls who were victims, but evidently Michaela Maroney.
We would burn him like Freddy Krueger.
Yes. Michaela Maroney evidently was saying like, the doctors just fingered me, by the way, in the middle of practice, and all the girls would be like, oh, because they knew, like they'd all talked about, he's getting all of us. And she'd say, I'm saying it. They'd have little meetings and like, you guys want to be on the team. Keep it down. And that's really wrong.
Because his doctor's good.
But, some of these girls went back for like 12
I know. That's the thing.
And then Michaela Maroney had other he actually did doctor stuff that kept her on the team, like lying about certain injuries so she could continue on. Either way. All right, second question from my What Would Brady Do? When Mini-Me dies, does he get a full body in heaven?
No.
Ooh, that's a good.
He stays little in heaven.
No one gets a full body.
Okay, but all right. So what does he have? And they're like handicapped
soul.
People. That's it.
Yeah.
So like handicapped people are not.
So everyone's
you're like a ghost.
Everyone's equal. Everyone's got.
So
their
it's
soul.
all Casper.
Yeah.
So how does anybody know who anybody is? And when do they say?
I don't think.
But that's what the near-death people always say. Went to the light and I saw my grandma and my uncle and all these people are waiting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. So Mini-Me is why wouldn't he just be a midget soul? He'd have the soul of a midget.
Does he have a tiny soul?
Well, no, like even small, but like his mentality is of tiny.
No, I think he's
all better.
Everyone's equal.
All right.
Everyone's equal on the soul.
So Mini-Me goes to heaven.
How are we going to recognize Maybe some have...
just know
it. You don't have to worry about that.
Have faith.
If you're... there's a good answer. If you're mentally retarded...
Yeah.
Is your soul not retarded?
Good one. Good one. Good question.
Straight up, everyone's
How
equal.
cruel is that, though? Your soul's normal. You got to live the test time.
Do you remember being retarded on Earth?
Good question. There.
Can you look down on other?
Well, like your memories
retards?
Are of being retarded. Wouldn't you be kind of pissed off in heaven? Like, God,
because for the longest
I got
time,
screwed.
The layers of heaven had races. Like the Mormons were like, their new blacks go to the 7.
Great question. I think you'd maybe look down and pretty much not care.
Really?
Like, this is great.
There's no anger in heaven?
Really?
There's no anger?
So why are they always looking down on us?
It's a trip to Hawaii,
Yeah,
you're in the resorts, you're in the islands.
You're just relaxed.
Everything goes away.
That goes in the face
worries.
of what every touch celebration is about. I know they're looking down on me.
You'll remember the good things. I was super strong.
No,
I could.
But are you? So your soul? You just remember being really
groceries
strong.
like nobody's business.
Oh,
so
God.
your soul? Will your soul say to yourself, "This is what it's like to have cognitive reasoning"?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think you.
Now I get it.
I don't think you.
No, this is awesome. Listen to my voice. I don't sound retarded now. No?
No.
That's the weed in me. Got into a conversation this weekend about what happens when Mini-Me dies.
Man, you're going to have a lot of these conversations in your future now.
It's going to be good stuff. Made me think.
Do you think he...
So everybody just Caspers.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, you get a full Casper.
Yeah.
You got that on pretty good authority?
I think so.
Okay.
Will we be bald in heaven?
Yeah, do I have a full-flowing soul of hair?
Nothing in the world goes with you, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Casper was
You can't
bald.
take your pipe.
What about somebody who's I can take my pipe, bro. We're in the sky, man.
That's not what the ancient Egyptians thought.
That's right. They gave you all your stuff.
Yeah, you were down there with a bunch of cool
I was
stuff.
down there before you went to the crossed over.
And you had your chariot and all that?
Did the dogs get in?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I thought
what
dogs
if
didn't have souls?
That's a debate with the
What book
Christians,
are we-
Catholics. And I don't really want all the dogs. I'm going to have like 30 dogs when I get up there. I'm going to struggle to remember all of them. And petty times is going to be really hard. I've only got enough soul to go around. If I was in a wheelchair and had an assistance animal, like 5 of them,
yeah,
will their souls meet me and go, oh, look who doesn't need me anymore?
No.
Well, they just want to be with
They're
me.
in a separate
Well, they're in kennels.
They got their dog heaven.
They're in kennel. Well, I get to visit them. What's the point of dog heaven if there's no people in it?
Again, you won't care.
Really?
You've been to paradise, baby.
What if I'm in paradise and I know that all my animals are kenneled?
It's
like
a concert in the sky.
Oh, it sounds terrible. So it's like lacking creativity and any sort of black people. I guess that is kind of like heaven. I guess you're right. So all the dogs are kenneled like the pound. We can't visit them?
And if they get out, I don't know. I'm not sure about the pet thing all the way, the dog.
But you're pretty positive we all Casper.
We can look into it more.
Mini-Me gets a full soul. He doesn't get like a quarter soul.
Yeah.
You're as close to a professional religio as we have in the room.
Yeah, and so my ruling on Mini-Me is I think
Mini-Me gets a full Casper.
Yeah, you get a full.
How does anyone recognize him is my question, I guess.
I don't know.
How does his family know it's him?
It's not by the voice or...
Interesting.
It's like all inner thought stuff. You're soul talking now.
Okay. Well, I've soul surfed. I've seen that on TV.
Yeah. I've been to a soul kitchen.
I've been to soul kitchens, too. Does that mean it's prepare midgets?
I've had filet of soul.
Oh. Yeah. What of the soul fish? What of the soul kiss, Brady? Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Because me and that mulatto girl I was talking, we did that for a little while.
You're in it.
She had big puffy lips. I believe I was in a soul kiss. I'm not sure what those are, but I'm pretty sure that was the closest thing I'll ever have to a soul kiss.
I haven't gone to the soul circus. I've wanted to.
Yeah, I've heard that's great. Okay, well, either way, thank you for solving all these new problems of mine.
I hope that helps a little bit.
Yeah, sitting on the couch yesterday wondering these things. Mini-Me's dead. Brady can solve all your problems, too. What would Brady do coming up next? You got a quick hitter? You can throw it up on Facebook or email me, Holmberg at 98kupd.com. Simple as that. What would Brady do as he solves more problems, Caspers? It's 98.
The best the world has to offer in music, drama, and comedy.
KUPD.
All right, off we go. Sorry about that Megadeth goof. I put my arrow in the wrong spot.
That's your hatred for
It wasn't. It's one of the ones I like. 99 Ways to Die is like, I could tolerate that one a lot.
I don't know how many times you have to be told. You got to be careful where you put your arrow.
I know. My arrow goes in the wrong spot, and the next thing you know, Megadeth's blown up. Ryan says, Megadeth comes on, and you're just like, nope, next. Never heard that before. And it was an accident.
What an asshole.
It was an accident. Does my soul have the same size dick? I've started a problem, Brady. What would Brady do is brought to you by our friends at Mo Money Pawn in 12th Street and Indian School. And my first question.
Don't ask them that question.
This is, do you get laid in heaven? Is that something?
Nothing physical goes up to heaven.
Can you call your priest friend and get clarification?
Well, I got this guy says, Brady's pulling this right out of his ass. Well, I no longer attend Mass. I was raised Catholic. Heaven is not full of Caspers. When you're welcomed by all your ailments and woes are wiped away and you're greeted by your loved ones. Catholics say animals have no souls. Brady's logic, he will end up in fat retard heaven. You are a Catholic.
You have to, study or something, Brady.
Do I get
I'm not a practicing Catholic.
No. The Christian heaven is different than Catholic heaven, though. You're all Caspers.
I think there's some theological differences.
Right. You're all Caspers, and they're all people again. With their wangs and their... But your ailments are wiped away.
Yeah, it's your soul that's going up there. There's no ailments or...
So then even God sees being retarded as bad.
He hates it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he fixed it. He's not tolerating it. That ain't not in my house, he said.
They're all welcomed, John.
Of course they're all welcomed. He's got to welcome them.
It's their choice.
But if they get in, it's their choice to be retarded in heaven?
No, their choice to whether they want to go to heaven or not.
The mentals?
I think they get a hall pass.
Do they get a pass?
Yeah.
Well, there's a plus.
Yeah.
Well, then you should celebrate when your kid comes out.
Again, no free will in that.
Yeah, if your kid comes out a little spanky and go, hey, I don't know why everybody's talking.
That's one of the great benefits.
Silver lining here is, no matter what, he's in. He gets to skip the line pass.
Yep.
He just has to live like this for however long he lasts. Dear Brady, my girlfriend has a dream to be a model. She's a pretty, pretty girl. Very tall, very striking. Pretty strong girl.
How old?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
But I'll tell you right now, she's not that pretty and not that strong, if you know what I'm talking about. She's going to quit school. She's made up her mind. Is it my job to support her even though I don't believe in her? I don't think this can be a money-making endeavor. This will be a hobby that's going to crush her. Is it being supportive at all when you actually don't think they should do it, but you're just lying to them not to hurt their feelings? She got some lady in Scottsdale that's going to pay for her pic. She's got to pay her back. And what's really sad is she's 27 years old. This is way too late. How would you handle it if Ronnie said she wanted to do something she couldn't succeed with and you knew it, Joey?
That's a tough one because I've had a friend that he had to introduce his girlfriend and she would kind of lead with that.
She's a model.
I'm a model.
Oh,
and you
Colin?
can see that's like.
You talking about Colin?
Colin would be an example.
Colin's old lady girlfriend used to lie about her age well into her mid-30s. You ain't 30. You're 27.
But I would say,
the
girlfriend thing, at first you got to be supportive of it. But the funny thing is there's the model hobby. This town's pretty good for.
Oh, yeah. Fake models.
To have the
atmosphere
hobby
girls.
They have all sorts. Yeah, there's all sorts of opportunities, but there's not much money to be made.
Are you getting laid? And that's all that matters.
I guess. Yeah. And then you can say you're nailing a model.
Yeah, let it happen.
But that's tough.
Don't let her quit her job in school.
That.
Just tell her, look, just do this as a side thing. There's no reason to dive into this until it starts making you some dough. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
And what happens if all of a sudden one of the things that she does, it's like it has nothing to do about love her hands, and she becomes a hand model.
Great.
And money starts rolling in.
Yeah, if she gets jobs, but let them be on the side. Don't let her throw her whole life away for these, because you're going to be, my friend's wife ended up doing that. She got a couple of modeling jobs and
thought that was it.
And that was it. She just quit. And she was in her late 30s and got these mom modeling gigs in magazines that were national and got a whole thing. Started to see some work. And then it just kind of went away.
Yeah, could you imagine the competition for that?
It's huge. It's ridiculous. It's not like you just get I'm a model now, I'll be modeling every day for 9 to 5. And it kind of dried up, and then she stopped doing everything.
The don't quit your day job thing
that's
applies
the
here.
thing. Don't become a model without another job.
You can do both.
Right.
Because
you're not going to be working much
There's
as
not that
model.
much,
Yeah. Side money's good. Brady's got pork. I got real estate.
I think that's good. I think that's good. I'm starting a burgeoning drug dealing problem.
John's going to be a dealer.
Great thing. So I think that's the consensus. That would be like, if you're supporting her, tell her don't quit everything. You can do both. You don't have to dive into it.
You're going to need some income. That's the advice. And I can't.
I'm not supporting you.
I can't scholarship you.
Right. I'm not going to do this in case it fails. And you're going to. Then what of me? Do I get my? You're going to pay the lady who's taking your pictures back. I know I'm supposed to be here, but what of me now? I didn't see this coming. Do you pay me back? Am I just expected to go along with this? Do we break up? No, I don't understand. Bang the model for a little while until she goes cuckoo and bail. Because she's going to go cuckoo. Brady, if my wife says it's okay to bang my ex next weekend when I go to New Orleans, should I do it? I wasn't going to do it, but then all of a sudden she says, hey, your ex lives there, and I'd rather know about it happening than you lying to me. We both have had affairs early in the relationship, and it made us realize that sometimes you do give in to temptation as a person. Since we've lived this way, I haven't been tempted or cheated, and I don't think she has either. But with this deal, I'm completely tempted. Hump of a lifetime in New Orleans, Dan.
Well, Dan,
you're going to do it.
This would be the time. This is this opportunity to say exactly what he said there. I haven't been tempted. I want you to know I'm done with that. But
why? Why is he done with it?
Well, why is temptation?
Well, because he's saying you've been trying to build trust this whole time.
Have you?
I mean,
but that's not real. I agree. I don't think they've been building. I think they basically said, "Look, we screwed up. We love each other.
We both screwed up. We love each other.
They're in
and we don't
open
want to
deal.
screw up again." It sounds like.
But
it doesn't sound like an
no,
open
they
deal.
didn't. I'm hearing what Eric's hearing. They're saying to them, we recognize this might happen again.
Yeah.
And we're not going to hold this giant shackle over each other to say,
you want to do it, do it.
Lie to me about it. I'd rather you told me about it.
I know you can't comprehend this, Brady, but it does exist.
I don't think it's an optimum thing, but it does exist.
And it does. I do not deny that it exists, but I can tell you that it doesn't work. It works.
Can you now?
Doesn't work as often as you think it does.
Okay. What does working mean?
Yeah.
Getting married and having kids and settling down?
Well, this would be a prime example. This guy's
and
wondering if he should go back to the well again. He's going to the...
Because his wife said
He's questioning it. Right.
Yeah.
Is this a test? Is this, does she...
If she's testing you, got to do it.
Yeah, but she also sounds like... she's basically saying, look, you're going there. You might as well nail her because I would rather you nail her than tell me a lie.
It's the preemptive strike.
Yeah.
She's basically saying, look, you're going to be tempted. I'd rather not have the whole problem of cheating.
Finding out through other people or...
Yeah, I understand that monogamy is incredibly difficult for both of them.
And if their relationship has been open like it is, then that's what you talk about.
But I don't know that it's open in the ways of they can bang anybody they want. Open in the ways of we understand that we're not going to crush the other person for making mistakes.
Yeah. If you do it, keep it on the down low.
No, if you do it,
maybe they talk about
They're
it.
saying the other way, I think.
There's so many different types of relationships out there. If it works for them, so be it.
And for this one, if they sound like they're talking about it, then he needs to go into detail.
A girl I used to know in high school who surprised me once where she said something to a guy. We were sitting at a table and she goes, I've been married for 14 years. And she goes, sometimes you just have to get one out of your system because the day-to-day is so tough. I'm like, no kidding. I'm like, your husband's all right with that? And she goes, I'm all right with it too. I know that there's temptation all around him. And if it caves him in, it's going to get him either way. So why sit and worry about it? I'm like, man, they're still married. I don't know that they cheat. I think it's so open. They're like, I don't need to. I don't have that pressure or that feeling like I'm missing out when it's available. It's like gum in school. The second they allow you to chew gum in school, you don't chew gum anymore. It's weird.
Doesn't matter.
But when they don't allow it, you can't wait to have more gum.
It can work that way, sure.
The temptation is more exciting when it's all hidden. When it's out in the open.
Yeah, the forbidden fruit.
The forbidden fruit is much more exciting. So should he nail the girl in New Orleans?
I can't make that answer for him.
No, that's why he's asking you.
What would Brady do? Brady.
That's what I was telling him. I'd talk to your wife a little more about, the trip and what's going to happen. And are you sure?
Brady would not do it.
Are you comfortable with me?
Yeah, you wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't do it.
That's the answer.
The answer is no, I wouldn't have sex with my ex.
Everybody else in the room? I say go for it.
If Megan said go ahead and nail her, I would be like, never. But why are you saying I can't? It would be confusing.
Just be weird.
Yeah, it would be really confusing.
I'd like Brady would like to know more about the situation. So they both done it apparently.
Yeah, they both cheated. They both went through the ringer. They both came out of it saying,
it depends on how that all went.
What was the ringer like? Because that doesn't sound like
maybe it wasn't a ringer.
But the cheating is rarely the issue. It's the lying.
Yeah, maybe they live by that code. If you're just honest about it, I don't care. All right.
I understand you're going to do it. I don't want you to, but just don't let me catch you.
And there are plenty that have that arrangement. Just as long as you come back to me, that's all that
It's called pro sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Brady, what's the best way to leave your spouse? Number 1, take the kid and run. Number 2, cheat and get caught. Number 3, surprise, papers and disappear, change my phone number. I know if I talk to my husband about this, I'll end up staying longer. We've been through it 10 times. He's got a power over me, super manipulative, and I'm not that strong. I need out. Pick one, please. AS.
Geez, my thought,
take the kid and run.
Thought would be, has she done the papers thing, served the papers, and got the process
and disappear.
Going? Yeah.
I think she's in one of those.
Because if you take the kid and run, there's potential kidnapping.
You have a right to him. I was watching Live PD this week, and you do have a right to him. You can take the kid from a situation and later say, we needed to get out of there. So the mom has just as much right. The dad can do the same thing.
But then you come back and you have to establish, why did you take the kid?
If it's your kid, you can take it and say,
I know,
I was leaving the situation. He wasn't there. I had to take the kid with me. You have total rights to your child.
There's a
defensible
position in
though, exactly.
Yeah.
If your situation is, because I don't like him. That's not going
to
work.
So long as you're not.
Sure it is.
So long as you're
as
not.
As long as that's not what you say?
Yeah. So long as you're not disallowing him. You keep him
I'm
from
taking
seeing
the kid away from him because I don't like him. That's
not
okay?
because no, she's just taking him to get out.
Right.
She's taking the kid with her. So he's
what
not home,
I'm saying is
leave.
that's plenty valid reason on her part. Whatever she tells the authorities beyond that, once she's away, is something different.
As long as she makes it so
and as long as she doesn't deny him access,
right? But you understand what I'm saying?
I see
in the court process that if you're going to
shake out,
that'll come out later. So would you rather?
I would go
take
the paper route. I would do the legal thing first,
and disappear and change everything. She's afraid of her husband. Clearly,
some kind of spell.
He's got a spell over her.
Yeah,
and I've seen this before too. People who have
the only
spells.
time if she wants to discuss, it's you and an attorney, I guess, in the room, or just the attorney.
That's what. So you're saying papers disappear, get a lawyer. The kid thinks it's going to be a mess either way.
Yeah. Yep.
Cheat and get caught, not an option.
Because if she's attempted 10 times already, it's not working.
Yeah. I like this one here. Dear Brady, this was a 4-pager. broke it down. Dear Brady, my mom has tons of money, and I want to retire. I'm 37. She's in good health, and I'm very glad for that. But I've lived a certain lifestyle for most of my life, and I will again. But she has to die for that to happen. I don't want that to happen, and I also don't want to sound like a baby. But it's no different than any woman who gets divorced from a rich guy and goes to court and says, I have a standard of living I need to uphold. Why can't I do that? My divorce kicked my ass. Struggling sucks. My brothers think I'm being a jerk, but they both took loans from us to start their businesses. I didn't want to start a business. I just want to quit. What would Brady do? James Persick.
James, the only way you're going to see some of that money is by starting your own business and working.
He doesn't want to work.
Yeah. Well,
he was raised in
I don't think he gets started on that one.
I think there's a lot of video games in his life.
Yeah. This sucks. I'm 37. I've had it. I've worked probably 12 years, and that's enough. Mom?
Or D&D, maybe.
Yeah. Or move back in with your mom.
He's probably already there.
Yeah, that's probably true. Got the divorce. Got his ass kicked. He's like, working's for suckers.
He'll take up your weed habit.
Yeah, I bet you're right. I bet you moved back in with mom and sees the house again, and he's like, this is for me.
It's not too bad, actually.
I'm not doing these apartments. I'm not doing this is the lifestyle for me. I bet you're right.
Think of, if you have an opportunity to start a business that, that you would enjoy. But he's right now, I think, out on the working altogether.
Yeah, he just wants to be done. He said he wanted to retire.
Man, that's not going to work. That's not going to work for you. I hate to say it.
He's got a good point, though, devil's advocate about the whole standard of living thing. A woman divorces a rich guy, and it's like expected. Like she's used to a certain standard of living.
I say go for it.
Okay.
Life is too short.
Sue your mom.
Here's an angle that he could go. You don't have to sue your mom.
Why not?
You could say, listen, Mom, you gave, the brothers. So you gave Ted $200,000, $300,000 to start his business.
Right.
Man.
I don't want to start a business, but
I want the money.
Could I take the money, the $300,000, and
but you can't
take
retire
it from there?
I think what he's wanting is his cut now.
Well, he's gonna have to.
Gotta wait for the lady to die.
That's a tough sell.
Yeah.
I want my when you die money early. Toledo's done this for his paychecks. He wants an advance.
Get a little ahead of the game for a week.
It's morbid, but
it happens in families.
Oh yeah.
Because the one kid will say, I have an opportunity to buy a piece of land or whatever, and I know you're
right.
You're on your way out.
You're on your way out. I know you're in the fourth quarter. Could I just take a little bit of it right now and do this investment?
You're not looking for overtime, are you? Let's just end it when the gun sounds. Wouldn't you rather see your kids enjoy the riches?
Yeah, but what you don't want to see is there's one that's enjoying the riches or making something of it. The tougher pill to swallow is you give them that money and
they waste it?
Waste it away.
Yeah,
and
that's part of the gamble of it, right?
Yeah,
it is. So that's why I say then I'll wait.
Till I'm dead so I don't have to watch you ruin my legacy.
Yeah.
All right. I guess.
Look at the girl last week in Australia. Her dad passed away because he didn't want it.
Well, she was a deadbeat.
Took the to court, and she ended up.
It was her right to waste the money.
Yeah, she did it in 9 months.
There's plenty of that.
Again, we disagree. Brady says he would wait. We say go for it, get that money.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with
that cash.
Go sit down with your mom and some lawyers and say, look, let's just work this.
Cash money.
I'm getting this cut eventually anyway, right? Fire it over to me early. Give me the third now.
I want to invest in bonds.
Yeah, we can.
You raised me to a certain standard of living that I can't find out there on my own. This is ridiculous.
Or do you throw her over the edge and she takes you out of the will completely? Gives it to her dogs.
That's dangerous. You're right.
You're towing the line.
Shut up, Toledo.
Yeah, no, that's a good. No, he's right. That was a good avenue I wasn't thinking about. Ooh.
Be nice about it then.
Be very nice about it.
She shuts you down. Get out.
Give her starting that she would want.
Have an escape
start a business.
You don't even have to start a business.
Come up with a good cover story.
There's investments.
Lie?
You can
That's
invest.
lying.
Brady, are you saying you want to lie?
No.
Then you got to go find those investments. That's work. This is exactly what he's avoiding.
That's too much work to find?
Yes. Go find a good investment you got to go on for a few $100,000 for and then blow that. And then you've screwed up now you can't retire until you're 80. He just wants his money and he's going to put it in like mutual funds and just sit and play video games all day. That's how you raised him.
I don't think he's putting in mutual funds apiece.
I don't know what he's doing. He's keeping it safe. That's all I'm saying.
She could probably set it up where he has a stipend, almost like a trust fund.
It's so silly.
You're 37, you still get an allowance to live his lifestyle.
Maybe so.
Let's figure out. Let's figure out an apartment, and if it's what you're into, video games, here's the money for the apartment.
Good idea.
Here's a food.
What a ridiculous
and then
situation.
You don't have to work.
It is ridiculous, but I do kind of like this.
I'll fund your...
Mom's going to just basically pay you to be there.
Yep.
This guy has no spine.
None. But he's admitting it. And I got to admire the fact. He's like, look, I'm done. I quit. It's
I'm grandma's boy.
Yeah, I'm going to be grandma's boy. Wouldn't I be?
Sit down and watch that movie with her.
Yeah.
So you know what? I want to be like him.
That's you. That's me. Let's make this start.
Or Office Space.
Which one? The Office Space.
Office Space.
Who was the?
He quit. He didn't want to do his job.
But he didn't get any money.
I mean, he came up with a scheme to make money, but
fractions of pennies.
Yeah. Either way, it's everybody's dream to do nothing. Dear John, Brady, it's your fifth black listener here. That's what it says. I've been dating this woman for just over a year now, and last week she decided she wanted me to meet her family. Me being me, with my history of having way too many awkward experiences meeting the family, decided to go through some of her relatives' pictures on Facebook just so I know what I have to deal with. And I stumbled on a picture of someone I thought was her sister, but it turns out it's her mom, and she's hot. She's never talked about her mom or what her mom does. Anyway, her mom has a huge set of melons. Seems to have fun us blacks. There's a black guy with her in almost every picture. Should have stopped there. But I was curious and did a quick Google search on her. It turns out she's in the adult entertainment business. I ended up watching some of her videos. Would Black John or Black Brady make a move on girlfriend's hot mom?
Oh, girlfriend. I thought you said it was his mother-in-law.
It's about to be his mother-in-law if he keeps it up with this girl.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No?
Yeah.
Again, we disagree.
Yeah, Black John might have a different approach, although Black John would be very conscious of the sunken place.
Yes. If I would, I would break up with the girlfriend if you're going to go for mom.
Well, how are you going to do that? You got to keep her around to meet the mom.
Nice, It's just being a gentleman.
Jumping the girlfriend and picking up on a
banging
mom?
somebody's mom, you should always break up with the other family.
Yeah.
That is very
Be a
old
gentleman
school.
to that bitch, as Fred
Yeah, exactly.
Very old school gentleman behavior. Yeah, but your mama sees she's got them huge ass Tetons, and I can't get enough of that. Plus, she likes the rattlesnake. So, Black John would be worried about the sunken place and this being a big trick. I've watched Get Out 3 or 4 times. You should, as a black man, watch that. Otherwise, you're black. They probably expect you to do something awful.
What a family.
It's a white family. They think you're going to do something bad anyway.
Reinforce the stereotype.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking it.
Just go in there and bang the mom. And then make them the bad guys. Just she's the whore and her daughter's just a unwilling pawn.
How great is that scene in Get Out when he finally discovers she's been banging black dudes right and left?
When he goes into that little tiny attic thing or whatever, that little weird crawl space.
All the pictures.
And he sees his boy. The missing guy.
Oh, crazy.
That's so cool.
That's the sunken place. Be aware of it, black listener. Be aware of it. But again, all white families assume you're going to do something awful anyway. So depending on how much you care about this girl, which isn't because you already want to bang her mom. You've been jerking off to her mom on adult entertainment websites. Go ahead, get up there, knock Whitey's mom's cans around for a little while, and then just leave laughing. Score one for you guys. It's reparations. You can have the whole family. Let me pick one here. Finally, my wife and I have been talking about having a kid lately. She's 25, I'm 31. I'm coming up on that age where I think it starts getting a little late to have kids. My wife wants to wait. My wife has a daughter from a previous relationship. She'll be 6 in a few weeks. With everything going on in schools and such, I don't even know if I want a kid anymore. I kind of want to pull a John and go get the whole thing cut in half. But I would like a child of my own. I don't know. That's just bad doctrine. What would you do, Brady? Get my balls cut or wait a few years and have a kid later? Who knows if I'll even like him? Torn. Thanks, Jay.
Well, I had a kid later in life.
Very late.
I was 11 years older than you,
Ancient.
Jay.
Way too late.
I left that basically up to Ronnie.
Whether or not you could be
well, when she wants to have a kid, I'm ready. I'm ready. Put me in coach. But,
put me in coach, not put me in coach. That means you just got kicked out of first class.
Never in coach.
You got to say that differently.
Careful what word you
Put me in coach. Put me in coach.
I'm in steerage. Yeah, you can have them later, but if it is.
But I left it on her timetable, or if she was ready to go. I was ready to go, pretty much.
She was getting close there because she was getting older.
Theirs were, like if we were going to have a second kid.
Oh, it would be sped by now.
It was like,
for sure, that thing
would
be a mess. The thing would be big time
at this
sped.
point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be that would look like a batch of scrambled eggs.
Although you with a special baby would be
hilarious.
The jokes alone.
You pushing
one
around.
Heck of a dad.
Yeah. That little kid. Don't touch his head. It's like a creme brulee. It's adorable, Brady.
You should do it just for the joke.
Have a sped baby for it.
For the show?
Yeah. Is Ronnie still capable?
Yeah.
Let's put one in her.
Yeah.
Let's put a post-50 baby in there and see how sped it comes out.
Come on. We'll get another decade out of that.
Right. It's part of God's plan. Great stuff.
We'll be dying to come to work every day.
I hope the teacher strike lasts 20 years. Bring that kid in here, Brady. Creme brulee head. Crack it. I can't even, the wind blows.
Don't look him in the eyes.
Put a little torch on him every night to harden up the crust.
What if he's special Andy's
He will
ginger?
attack you.
What if he's a ginger special?
Oh man.
This is gold.
So he came out mentally okay, but unfortunately he has no bones.
Oh, he's even the boneless.
Baggo Bogan.
Say hi to Baggy.
Ivar the boneless.
Baggo Bogan. He's got one giant eyeball. And the Baggo bones are missing. Baggo Bogan. Hello, Bags. Will you have our sped baby, please?
I'll try. I would like to try.
And Ronnie is she's been begging you to get my procedure done.
Yeah.
And you haven't done it out of coward behavior.
I want Baggo bones.
So put one in her.
Yeah. Change of plan.
Trying.
Oh, you're not trying. Let's get Ronnie off that pill and put another baby in her.
Yeah. Replace your pill with aspirin.
Yeah.
You get this done.
Please. Make speds. Please.
And name it Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby.
Bobby Bogan.
Hello, Dad. How are you today? How you doing, creme brulee?
Bobby Creme Brulee Bogan.
I like that name.
Don't touch my head. It's like creme brulee. Crack it and find the pudding. Please don't touch my head. Old Humpty Dumpty's down again. I'm not going to make it to work. There you go. That's what Brady would do to all of your problems. Brought to you by our friends at Mo Money Pawn. Right there in 12th Street in Indian School. If you want to get rid of it, they'll take it. If you want to buy it, they've got it. Mo Money Pawn, 12th Street in Indian School. Thank you. That is just what Brady did. There it is.
The best the world has to offer in music, drama, and comedy.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.